Boys Papier. Boys Papier.
Welcome to another episode of Bars by BA, and I am BA. Man, thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to this channel. Like I say, every time I get on this thing, I'm gonna say thank you. If this is your first time hanging out with us, man, go ahead and click the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can get the notifications when they come out. I put out new content every Saturday. So every Saturday you can find something fresh, you can find something new right here on this channel. Cool? Cool. So look guys, let's hop off into it. So today we're gonna talk about losing faith while waiting. Losing faith while waiting. How many of y'all like to wait? Hands, show of hands. All right, I didn't see any hands in here. All right, so nobody likes to wait. All right, so in the text, we're gonna come from Exodus chapter 32, verses 1 through 8. Exodus chapter 32, verses 1 through 8. And in this particular text, the children of Israel, they were waiting on Moses to come back down from the mountain after spending some time with God. And as they were waiting, they got impatient. And we know that they got impatient because in the text, it says that they went to Aaron, who is the older brother of Moses, and they said, "Hey, Aaron, where's Moses? What happened to this Moses fella who led us out of the wilderness? Where is he at?" Matter of fact, they said, "We don't even know what happened to him. So where's Moses?" They got tired of waiting and they told Aaron, "Look, make us a gold calf so that we can worship it." And so we'll get to that in a minute. But bar number one is nobody likes to wait. Nobody likes waiting. There's nobody on earth who wakes up in the morning and says, hope I sit in traffic today. Oh, I hope I wait an hour and 30 minutes at the doctor's office. Oh, I hope that my fast food becomes slow food. All right, you get it? So bar number one is nobody likes to wait. I know I hear somebody saying, "I like to wait." No, you may have patience, but you don't like waiting. Matter of fact, there's a song that says, "I don't mind waiting." Okay, you may not mind waiting, but I guarantee you don't prefer to wait. All right, so in the text, the children of Israel, they did not want to wait. And since they didn't want to wait, they wanted to start taking matters into their own hands. And sometimes we can be like that. When God doesn't move on our time, we then start making things the way that we want it. We start saying, "You know what? Let's just do this. I'll be God for a minute. God, I got it." All right, but we can't do that, okay? But we have to know that nobody likes to wait. That's bar number one. So they go to Aaron and they say, "Man, look, make us something that we can worship. Make us something that we can see." So in the text it says that Aaron, he complies. And he says, "All right, bring me the earrings from your daughters. Bring me the earrings from your wives. And it even says from your sons, and I'll melt them down and I'll make something for you all to worship." So Aaron, that's what he did. He took all the stuff, he melted it down, and he took it, he melted it, and then they were worshiping the images. And then after that, it says that they threw a party. They big kicked it. They got lit, as the young people say. All right. So bar number one is nobody likes to wait. All right. Bar number two, don't panic when you don't know what's next. Bar number two, don't panic when you don't know what's next. So they didn't know what Moses was doing. They didn't know when Moses was coming back. They didn't know how long Moses was going to be up there. They just didn't know. And since they didn't know, they took matters into their own hand. Man, my wife, she lives on Amazon, okay? And she has, I think it was called Amazon Prime. I'm not sure what the difference is between Amazon and Amazon Prime, but she has the Amazon Prime. And when she orders something on Amazon, they say, "Hey, somebody just picked up your box. Somebody just put the item in your box. Your box is now on the truck. Your box is now en route to your house." And then guess what? When it gets to the house, guess what? You guessed it. She get an email, she get a text message, says your box has been delivered. God, dog, fraud. So us as people, we like to know what's going on, right? But sometimes in life, God doesn't ask our consent. God doesn't say, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." And sometimes it feels like God is absent. But the thing is that although you can't understand what God is doing in your life, that is not time for you to panic. And in the text, Aaron, he panicked because he made the golden calf. Aaron could have been like, man, you know what? I ain't making that. Go sit down and eat your porridge. But he didn't do that. And then the children of Israel, they panicked because they went back to their old ways. Oh, man. And sometimes in life, when God doesn't move fast enough for us, we find ourselves going back to our old ways. We find ourselves going back to our old boo or our old booski. We find ourselves going back to that old habit or that old thing that we kicked. But when stuff don't go right, we fall back right into that trap. Okay? But you got to know that you can't panic when you don't know what's next. All right, so they go to Aaron, and again he makes the golden calves and they worship it, and Aaron was so proud of himself. He said, man, I'm paraphrasing, tomorrow we're gonna throw a party, we're gonna big kick it. They ain't thinking about Moses, they ain't worried about Moses, so they gonna big kick it. All right, so bar number 3 is trust the process. You heard me. Bar number 3 is trust the process. Back in the day, the ladies, they used to get perms. I know some of y'all are Googling right now, perms, but it used to be just for me. All right, so I can't sing, but that's okay. But they used to get perms, and they would put perms on their hair, and they would have to let it sit for a while. And the reason why they had to let it sit is because if it didn't sit, then those y'all that are kind of old school, you know, it didn't take, all right? But the thing is that it had to go through a process in order for it to get straight. It had to go through a process in order for that perm to really kick in. Because if you didn't let that perm sit, you'd be walking around this thing looking like a poodle, okay? I don't have no problem with poodles, but I'm just saying you don't want your hair looking like that. So part number 3 is you gotta trust the process. I was reading this book, and there's this company, they would make cakes, and they were selling these cakes like crazy, and the people, they didn't have to do anything but add water and then add an egg. So the company said, man, you know what, let's just make it easier for the people. Let's just have them to add water and take the egg out. So that's what they did, and then they saw that their numbers started to drop, and so they called a meeting. They said, why are our sales dropping? So they're like, I don't know. So let's go back to adding the egg. So they went back to adding the egg, and then sure enough, the numbers shot back up. So what am I telling you? Us as people, we want to play a part. Us as people, we want to feel like, man, I played a part in that. But see, in life, God don't need our help. In life, God is not saying, what you think? What you think, BA? You think I should do this? He ain't asking for our help. He don't need no help being God. He's good at what he does, and he don't need no help from you or from me. All right, so we got to trust the process. All right, we don't have to have our hands in everything. We don't have to be like, God, what you doing right now? God, what you doing? All right, trust the process. Matter of fact, Romans 8:28 says that all things work for the good for those who love the Lord. Okay, so even when it's not working, it's working. I had braces for 5 years back in the day. Don't laugh. That's not funny, okay? I had braces for 5 years back in the day. And man, I don't know if y'all got braces right now, if you know anybody with braces, but man, those things hurt. Oh, goodness. Googly moogly. Those things hurt. But one thing about braces is that the tighter that they get, the straighter your teeth get. You missed it. The tighter that the braces get, the straighter your teeth get. I'm talking to somebody right now. It's been getting tight. You've been waiting on that thing, and it hadn't showed up. You've been waiting on that call back from that job, and it hadn't showed up. You've been waiting on your boo or your booski, and they have not showed up. You've been waiting on that financial aid check. Yeah. And it ain't showed up. But it's okay, because although it's tight, it's right. Okay, so you have to trust the process and know that God's got you covered. And the Bible says, why worry about tomorrow? Tomorrow has enough worries of its own. All right, so look, those are quick 3 bars. So look, don't lose faith while you wait. All right, and the gold bar for today is, don't be passive, be powerful. Don't be passive, be powerful. What do I mean? In the text, Aaron, he was passive. He let the people do whatever they want. So, oh yeah, you want to go, calf? I'll make you that. Can I get you two? That was Aaron. But as people of God, we got to stand up. We can't be passive, okay? You got to be powerful. For in the word it says, be thou very strong and courageous. So the goal bar for today is don't be passive, be powerful. Cool? Cool. Man, like, share, subscribe, share this with your brother or your sister, man. Keep doing what you're doing. God has not forgot about you. Hang in there. It's going to be greater later. Man, have a great week. I look forward to hearing from you, man. If this was helpful, leave a comment. Have a great week. I'm out.